Mary Amelia St. Clair was a British writer and suffragist writing as May Sinclair, born in 1863 in Rock Ferry, Cheshire, the daughter of Liverpool ship owner William Sinclair and his wife Amelia. Her father died when she was a child, the family moving to Ilford. She went to Cheltenham Ladies' College for 1 year, before she had to take care of 4 of her elder brothers due to them sharing a congenital heart condition. She wrote to support herself and her mother from 1896 onwards. Her mother died in 1901. In 1914, she joined the Munro Ambulance Corps, an organisation devoted to aiding wounded Belgian soldiers in Flanders during World War I. As a writer, her work was praised by George Orwell. Agatha Christie said her 1913 novel, The Combined Maze, was one of the greatest English novels. She was also on friendly terms with Hilda Doolittle, Richard Aldington, and Ezra Pound. In the 1920s, she began suffering from Parkinson's disease and died in 1946. In 1923, she published Uncanny Stories, which we shall be reviewing today. When Their Fire Is Not Quenched narrates the many tragic love affairs of Harriet Leigh, who ends up abandoning or being abandoned by men, until when she dies, she goes for a series of retrospective revisitations of moments from her past, till she's condemned to a final hell of being locked in a room forever with her loathed lover, body joined so fast that even God can't put us asunder, one flesh-living spirit, forever and ever, in the last corridor of the Hotel Saint-Pierre. The flaw in the crystal has Rodney Lanyon spend time away from his over-nervous wife in the company of Agatha Verrill, who has the psychic ability to influence the personality of others by force of will, using it to heal a friend while also using it for Rodney's benefit. I found this one to be a bit long and stretched a bit thin. The nature of the evidence has Marston remarry after the death of his first wife, but her ghost prevents him from sleeping with his new wife or even touching her, shoving her around and then leaving her on the floor as Marston locks himself in with his dead wife. The story really made me feel sorry for Pauline, the new wife, as I feel she was treated horribly by everyone, along with the writer. If the dead new has a 35-year-old organist still dependent on his mother, and never having been brought up to a trade where he could afford to marry, who wishes in secret for his mother to die, so he could marry, and then, despite the nurse using thought suggestion to heal his mother, she dies anyway, and she knows how he thought about her. The victim has a man come back from the dead to help his murderer hide the evidence of his own murder, which is definitely a twist. The finding of the absolute is a long story of a man dying and finding himself in heaven, with the wife who ran away from him and the man she ran away to, in a heaven which can be reshaped at will. The Intercessor, added to the Wordsworth edition, is the story of Garvin and how he finds a room at the house of a peculiar family, and starts hearing a child crying at night despite being told there aren't any. A child whom he sees playing outside and who keeps coming to his room every night to sleep, despite having died years ago. Her stories tend to be a bit thin, or to avoid terror in favour of other emotions. The first story is unusually grim for her, being kind of unpleasant to read. Overall, it's kind of hit and miss for me.